Colorado High School Activities Association Baseball is on 1010 KSIR and on the World Wide Web at KSIR.com this afternoon from Jack Summers Field on the campus of Berthoud High School. It's a doubleheader as the Brush Beat Diggers take on the Berthoud Spartans. A pleasant good afternoon, and it is, everyone. I'm John Beltran as the Beat Diggers get ready to get up to the plate with Gregory Mayers batting first against the right-hander, Caden Wise. The Beat Diggers are 8-2 in Patriot League play, and they are 11-6 overall. Berthoud at 3-12 overall, 3-6 in league play. We'll set up the Beat Digger lineup momentarily as the opening pitch is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance, locally in Fort Morgan and Brush, offering home, health, auto, farm, business, and workers' compensation insurance. And the ball is in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. Jesus Cardenas, the Beat Digger right fielder, bats second as a starting lineup, brought to you by Tio Charlie's. If you don't see what you want on the lot, they'll find it for you at Tio Charlie's, 700 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan, and the breaking ball is low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Batting third is the center fielder, Christian Baez. The left fielder, Shea Hansen's the cleanup hitter. Colby Waiter, the shortstop, hits fifth, 2-0. And that is a little bit low and away with a changeup, 3-0. Mitch Tormolen, the third baseman, bats sixth. The first baseman, Ken Garcia, hits seventh. The pitcher, Ryan Hirschfeld, hits eighth. And Trevor Blake behind the plate bats ninth. And the 3-0's right down the middle for a strike. It's 3-1. Berthoud defensively has got Brent Buckhart at first. The second baseman's Vinny Grine. Over at third is Zach Bracken. Luke Whitfield in between them at short. And that fastball's up and away. And Mayers walks on 5 pitches. Around the outfield for Berthoud, Cameron Parsons in left. The center fielder is Eric Moss. Jordan Yee in right. Behind the plate is C.J. Peachin. And again, the right-hander is Caden Wise, facing Jesus Cardenas here, hitting from the right side. Beat Diggers with an all right-handed hitting lineup with the exception of Garcia. Step off for Caden Wise. The Beat Diggers coming off that 10-9 victory over Wells Central on Tuesday, and that pitch is over, but low and past the catcher Peachin on the pass ball, advancing to second is Maris. So the Beat Diggers with a runner in scoring position and a 1-0 count. This is the final Patriot League game of the year for the Beat Diggers, and a non-league game to close out the regular season with a second game slated to start at 6 o'clock. And the 1-0 swung on and fouled off to the right. And the count is leveled at 1-1. So an off-baseball night right here on 10-10. We'll pick up the Rockies in progress against the Diamondbacks in the rubber game of that 3-game set. Maris with a short lead at second, and the 1-1 to Jesus, and that is up and away. Wise took something off at 2 balls and 1 strike. The Beat Diggers in their maroon jerseys with the gray pants, and Berthoud with the white pinstripe jerseys and the maroon numerals and lettering. Swung on it, line towards center field. That's going to drop for a base hit, and Maris is going to be held at third, and the Beat Diggers have runners at the corners with nobody out for Christian Baez. And Jesus continuing to do the job out of that 2-hole. The Beat Digger offense was rather mediocre, I guess, through the first 12 games of the season, but the last 4, they were averaging 14 runs a game, and they've really torn it up the stretch, and Baez has been a big reason, hitting over 400, and that's a strike on the off-speed pitch. It's 0-1 by the right-hander Wise, with Maris at third, Cardenas at first. In the first of 2 on a glorious day here in Berthoud. 0-1. Breaking ball is hit down the right field line, twisting foul, and it's 0-2 to Christian Baez. He gave it a ride, but well foul. 333 down the right field line and left field lines. A 378 straight away here in Berthoud. No balls, 2 strikes. The bases are empty, or the bases are got first and third, and there are no outs. Laying down the sign is Peachin. It's 0-2 on Baez, who rarely strikes out, usually puts the ball in play. The pitch runner going, swung on and fouled off to the right on the slow curve. And the count remains at 0-2. After today, the Beat Diggers will not play until a week from Saturday in the district semifinals. Time and site to be determined. Brush has a chance to host as probably a 7 or 8 seed. If they win both of these games, it'd be 13-6, and then you leave it up to the committee. And step off, no throw to first. Baez back in the box. No balls and 2 strikes. Stretched by Wise. And the offering. And the breaking balls upstairs. 1-2. This is a game that both teams would like to get their pitchers through quickly because of the second game upcoming. Jesus with about a 3-step lead at first. Same for Mares at third. 1-2 pitch runner going. Swung on and hit on the ground slowly toward short. Baez might beat this out. Throwing to first and on the run and safe as Baez and gotten us to third. It's an infield hit for Christian Baez, as Whitfield did everything he could do. Fielded that ball perfectly and threw on the run, but it was hit so slowly that Baez was able to beat it out and give Christian an RBI. The Beatniggers lead 1-0. An excellent base running by Jesus. And here is Shea Hansen, who's been tearing it up the last week and a half. So the Beatniggers begin the inning with a walk and 2 base hits. The stretch by Wise. Short lead at first for Baez. The pitch. And the breaking ball is lined to center field, coming on. And the ball goes over the head of the center fielder, Moss, and scoring is going to be Cundinas. Breaking for third is Baez. He's going to round third. He's going to score. Hansen to third. And the Beatniggers now lead 3-0. We'll give them a straight-up 2-run triple as Moss charged the ball, and it flew well over his head. And that'll bring up Colby Wailert. So Hansen continues his hot hitting. Yeah, Moss must have thought that the ball had topspin on it, which is why he came in, and the ball sailed well over his glove. Here is Colby Wailert, and they're going to appeal to second and safe, saying that Hansen did step on the bag, but it was ruled safe out there. Wailert had a 3-run triple and a grand slam to close out that game against Weld Central on Tuesday. 7 ribbies and a 10-9 win. Stretch and pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the right. It's 0-1. Beatniggers have begun the inning with a walk and 3 hits, including Shea Hansen, who's well over the 20 RBI mark at this point. 0-1 offering, and the breaking ball is down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike to the 5th place hitter in the Beatnigger lineup and the hottest hitter outside of, actually even more than Shea Hansen at this point. Wise out of the stretch with a runner at third and nobody out in the first. 3-0 brush over Berthoud. The pitch. Swung on and lined down the left field line. That's going to be trouble. That one's headed for the corner. Hansen's going to trot across home plate. Waiter to round first. He's into second with an RBI double. And the Beatniggers lead 4-0 in the top of the first inning. And Brush right now just crushing the ball and being very patient against his right-hander, Caden Wise. That'll bring up Mitch Tormolen, who was playing third base today. He's played a couple of positions throughout the course of the regular season, first and third. 2 singles, a triple, a double, all preceded by a leadoff walk to Gregory Maris, and the Beatniggers have capitalized with a 4-0 advantage. The stretch. Tormolen awaits the pitch, and that is in the dirt, blocked by Peachin. It's 1-0. As I mentioned, this Beatnigger offense has been very hot lately, scoring 56 runs in the last 4 games, averaging 14 a game, and off to a good start today. 1-0 pitch. Low and away, again blocked by Peachin. It's 2-0. This is one of the better weather days. Of course, that's safe to say with some of the tough weather we've had this season. 2 balls and no strikes to Mitch Tormolen. Looking back, and the offering. Outside all the way to the screen on the wild pitch. Peachin chases it down, but that allows Waiter to advance to third, and it's 3-0 on Mitch Tormolen, with Ken Garcia waiting to hit next. 3-0 on the Beatnigger third baseman. Peachin lays down the sign. 3-0 pitch is right there for a strike on the outer half at the knees. It's 3-1. At 502 Ensign in downtown Fort Morgan, the place to shop for all of your appliance needs is B&B Appliance, a member of the Brand Source Retail Program. 3-1. Swing, and I'm missing a ball in the dirt. It's 3-2. Wise did a nice job of taking something off of that. It'll be a payoff pitch to Mitch Tormolen, with the Beatniggers leading 4-0 in the top of the first inning. And here it is. And that is outside. Took something off it, and Tormolen walks. Second walk of the inning issued by Caden Wise, and the Beatniggers have runners at the corner, still with nobody out for the left-handed hitting Ken Garcia, who at one point this season led the team in RBIs. He was the first one to reach 10. Then all of a sudden, Hansen and Wailert got hot, and they overtook Garcia in the RBI column, but he's been a solid hitter this season. No throw to first. The stretch by Wise. And the pitch to Garcia. That is in the dirt, gets away from Peach and up the first base side. Whaler breaks for the plate, and he's going to slide in safely. Ball is loose in the infield, but it's backed up over there by the shortstop Whitfield. And the Beat Diggers now lead 5-0 on the wild pitch from Wise, is advancing to second as Tormolen. And that's been part of the issue for Caden Wise here, getting behind hitters in this first inning. So again, a runner in scoring position with Tormolen at second. A sophomore at second, a sophomore at the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. A stretch. Garcia awaits the pitch. The breaking ball is over for a strike. At the knees, it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, 5 in. Garcia waits the pitch from Caden Wise, and here it is. Swung on and grounded towards right center field for a base hit beyond the lunging second baseman. Tormolen's going to be held up as Moss gets the ball back in. And the Beat Diggers have runners at the corner still with nobody out. Great effort over there by Vinny Grind, but it was hit in the hole. And now here's an RBI opportunity for Ryan Hirschfeld. And we'll have a visit to the hill. A rough first inning so far for the Spartans, with the Beat Diggers so far generating 5 runs and doing it on 5 hits. A couple of walks were also issued. We are live at Jack Summers Field, the 18th and 19th game of the regular season for the Beat Diggers. And you look at Brush's 6 losses this year, indicates they're probably even better than 11-6. 2 losses to Eaton, 1 to Holy Family, 2 in the Fort Morgan Spring Classic when they were missing 6 players, including 5 starters, and then 1 on the road to Strasburg, a close one, 6-4, which was their only other league loss outside of Eaton. Here's Hirschfeld hitting with an open stance from the right side. Today's starting pitcher for the Beat Diggers, who's got a big cushion already. Pitch by Wise is in the dirt, blocked by Peachin off to his left. No advancement by either runner. 1 ball and no strikes. And the Beat Diggers are coming off that, not only that game against Walt Central on Tuesday, but previous efforts where they scored a ton of runs. Swung on and grounded up the middle to Whitfield. The shortstop charges. He throws on the run, and offline and safe as Hirschfeld. A run scores. It'll be an RBI for Hirschfeld as Tormolen crosses home plate. And an error by Whitfield, and the Beat Diggers now lead 6-0. So Garcia to second, but it's still an RBI because Tormolen would have scored regardless of whether the play was made. Here is Trevor Blake, the Beat Digger catcher. The stretch. Blake awaits the pitch, and here it is. And that is low and away. Took something off it. It's 1-0. The Beat Diggers are guaranteed to bat around here in the first inning. Already up 6-0 with 2 on and nobody out. And the offering. Swung on and grounded to short in the hole. Whitfield is going to play it off his body. A tough hop for him. And Blake will be safe at first. We'll give him an infield hit because that was a rough hop in the hole. And Blake would have beaten that out. The bases are loaded for Gregory Mayers, who led off the game with a walk. Garcia to third, Hirschfeld to second. Mayers did score one of the 6 Beat Digger runs already in this inning. The offering. And there's a strike with a fastball in the outer half. It's 0-1. Operating out of the stretch with the bases loaded is Wise. And that pitch is a beauty right there for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes with a breaking ball. The Beat Diggers did have 4 hits in a row in the inning, 6 overall so far. And now Maris is in an 0-2 hole. The stretch and the offering. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt, and that's strike 3. First base is occupied on a sweeping breaking ball by Wise, and there's 1 down. Here's Jesus Cardenas, who singled and scored earlier in this frame, and that's the first out of the inning, but Cardenas has a chance to drive in maybe a 7th or 8th run. The offering, and that is a strike on the outside corner at the knees. And now Wise is getting ahead of the last couple of hitters. That's something that plagued him earlier in the inning. Runners take their leads. 0-1. Swung on in line to left field. That's going to drop for a base hit. 1 run's going to score. Advancing to third is the courtesy runner, Acosta. In the second is Trevor Blake. It's an RBI single for Jesus. And the Bee Diggers now lead 7-0. And here is Christian Baez. Baez had a base hit driving in a run earlier in this frame. The pitch and the breaking ball is a strike. Thigh high in the outer half. It's 0-1. At third is Acosta. Blake at second. Cardenas at first. The 0-1 pitch from Caden Wise is a breaking ball line foul down the right field side. 0-2 to the Bee Digger center fielder. And the Bee Diggers had a couple of points this season, had a losing record, but that's until they started getting hot a couple of weeks ago. 0-2 to Christian Baez. And the breaking ball is grounded to second. Could be two. To second, that is one. And the throw to first gets by the first baseman all the way to the screen. One run is already in. Here comes Blake around third. He will score. And the Bee Diggers now lead 9-0. Fielder's choice 4-6 from Grind to Whitfield, but Whitfield commits his second error of the inning, allowing the trail runner Blake to score. 1 RBI for Baez. Here is Shea Hansen, who had the 2-run triple earlier in the frame. The pitch, and he takes it for a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike on the Bee Digger left fielder. Wise stretches. Wise delivers. Swung on and grounded on the left side in the hole of the shortstop Whitfield. He's going to set, throw on the run, and that's going to be offline. An infield hit for Shea Hansen. Tough play for Whitfield at short, and Hansen beats it out. Yeah, perfect throw would have been a bang-bang play at first. And here is Colby Wailert. Wailert had the RBI double earlier in this frame. And the pitch. And he takes it for a strike on the off-speed pitch in the outer half. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Wailert. 2 on, 2 down. The pitch. In the third, blocked by Peachin. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wailert is the 14th hitter of the inning. The Bee Diggers have capitalized on a couple of walks and a couple of errors. They've also wrapped out 8 base hits in the inning. And the 1-1. Swung on grounded foul up the third base side. The count is at 1-2 to Colby Wailert, the Bee Digger shortstop. Cargill Meat Solutions takes as much pride in the community just as they do in the products they provide to their consumers. Cargill Meat Solutions, part of the KSIR B106 scholarship program. We'll have the winners of those tomorrow. Fastball is up and away. 2-2. Baez at second, Hansen at first. Big lead over there for Baez, the lead runner. And the 2-2. And the breaking ball is down and in. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Colby Wailert. These runners will be taking off with a 3-2 count and 2 outs. And there they go, the pitch. Swung on and lifted deep in the left center field. That one is way back there. That one is towards the track, and it's up against the fence. 1 run is in as Baez rounds third. Hansen's going to be sent home, and he's going to score on the 2-run, 2-out double by Colby Wailert, who's got 3 RBIs in the game, and Brush now leads 11-0 in the top of the first inning. And Wailert continues his RBI tear. He had 7 against Wells Central and 6 total in the prior 2 games. So that's 16 in the last 3+ games for Colby Wailert. Here's Mitch Tormolin, who walked and scored. The stretch. And the offering. Swung on and grounded into left field for a base hit. Wailert's going to advance to third and hold up right there. And the Bee Diggers now have 10 hits in the inning. That'll send up Ken Garcia. Garcia is now the 16th hitter of the inning. For the Bee Diggers, he singled in this frame and scored. Righty against lefty. And the offering. The breaking ball swung on and popped up into shallow left field. Outgoing the shortstop Whitfield. He makes the catch on the grass, and the inning is over. But the Bee Diggers score 11 runs on 10 hits. There were 2 errors and 2 men left. Let's head to the bottom of the first inning. It's Brush 11. Berthoud is coming to bat on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.